Alright then, welcome to another weekend on Lunar. Right, just like to thank all new subscribers and comments and what have you. It's good to see. Right, BSS, did it pass? Or didn't it? Last week, I was just stressed out to fullest. Because I mean, it's like I've spent 18 months solid working on this boat on a weekend, an odd week and fortnight even, here and there. And it's then for somebody to come and basically inspect it. And it was like, have I forgotten out? Have I done this wrong? Have I done that wrong? It's like just so much were going on in my head. Anyway, I forgot camera, so I didn't get any footage, but it was quite interesting actually, just seeing what he was doing. But to be fair, I mean, I messed about putting smoke alarms up. They're not part of it, which I was quite surprised actually when he says, you know, he says, where's your CO? I says, oh, that's just down there, look. You check that. He checked out fire extinguishers, and I says, yeah, and smoke alarms. He says, oh, they're not part of it. So I says, all right. So I was quite surprised. But yeah, he checked in engine bay, bilge pump, filters and what have you. But it's all Victron. It's all Vitus stuff. Pipes and everything are all Vitus. So I could never really see it being a problem in there. You know, what if I'd used wrong fuel pipe without BSS number on and what have you. So that's all that done. Then he checked out gas, connected it up. He says, he lit the stove and cooker, just checked them, but like he says, they're brand new, they should burn correctly, but he says, yeah, there's no problem there. Checked it for leaks, no problems there. Checked all my power wall art, Victron stuff, and you know, just basically no problems whatsoever. So yeah, so we got a pass, which I'm quite happy about, and a bit more I could relax a bit. But yeah, so that's it. We're 8 for 4 years now. So this weekend, we've lifted it up, put some forklifts under it during week, and lifted it up. Got it sat on some big industrial tyres, solid tyres, which I know that there'll be no problems with them because I can put 200 ton on them and not crush them flat sideways. So 18 ton of boat or whatever on, it's gonna be fine. Yeah, so I need to wire brush on angle grinder, cut wire brush, full base plate. Then I've got some epoxy for it. I've got to sand the sides and re-epoxy that. In here just needs a quick sand, and then that's getting that's just getting some more of that black Raptor on it, just to neaten it up. It's done then our painting's done. Yeah, so I'm trying to think. I think that's about it really. So we'll see what happens. Our lass's young one's coming to give us an hand light. He's going to get underneath with angle grinder and clean out mill scale. Because what it is, mill scale on base plate, it's all rusted off now. Oh, it's not all rusted off, but there's a layer of rust underneath it now, so it'll come off. And when it comes off, it comes down to pretty decent, new steel. Well, it is new steel, but it comes back. Because getting mill scale off, it's a nightmare. If anybody's ever, I don't know if any of you are into metal work, you'll know that the black mill scale, it's chuffing harder than steel trying to grind it off. So leave it to rust though, and it just flakes straight off, no problem whatsoever. So I've tried a little bit this aft, just give it a quick run over, and it's going to clean up and be a proper, be alright to take the epoxy. So right, anyway, that's it. That's enough rambling on. So I'm just going to sand in here, which I'm not going to bother filming because it's just a bit of sand in it. It's pretty boring. You can't really see much in here anyway. So I'll show you when it's done. All right then. So yesterday was a good day. It's just amazing. I mean, to be honest with you, it's like all through boat build, I've done everything myself. Apart from putting slabs in floor, when I first got it, like back end of 23, I've never had any help on any of it. I mean, yeah, Foxy's helped me a little bit, but once we got, you know, just with floor, put it 18mm ply down. But then it was like, I don't know, I think she lost interest. No, it was just, I was like, there was no for her to really do. But yeah, so yesterday, getting an help with blacking, well, doing epoxy, that was just like, got it banged off. It was started about 9 in the morning, and by probably 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, we'd got it done. Which was, during the week, I'd lifted boat up. I think I might have a photo, but basically we used two forklifts, lifted back up, put some industrial tyres under them, 4 industrial tyres, which are like 12 inches wide, so we got it 2 foot high. And then at front, we just went at front with same forklifts and lifted front up. So, I mean, they were on limit, but it lifted it, so I think that's how we'll be loading it onto trailer towards the end of the month to get it, because I've got to hire a trailer. I need a trombone extendable trailer with steering rear axle. Well, he's got a low loader that'll extend, but for ease of it, like he just says, but that trailer, it's going out on hire for 3 months, so I can get it, but it's gonna be, I think I'll have to get it in water before last week in April, this month. So anyway, so that's that. But yeah, so we got it sanded, because all it was just epoxy. If you know, when it's in sunlight, it goes from black to like a grey. You know, it was like, I don't know, it's hard to say, but it just turns from black to like a lighter, you know, like a dark grey sort of thing. So it was just a matter of just putting a coat on. So I sanded it back at 180, not massively, but just enough to clean the job up a bit. Applied epoxy, just 1 coat. So we used, and then base plate. Base plate was still in basically bare steel. So we've gone in with some cup wire wheel, yeah, you know, these wire wheel cup ones on angle grinder. Our lasses young and did that, and that were a real shit job, because all mill scale, it's really hard to grind off, but if you leave it, it'll rust and then it'll just flake straight off. So lifted it up, so now and then he just gave it a full go. Got absolutely blathered, but I gave him a paper suit to put on and a mask and a pair of goggles, you know, so he cracked on with that. And then got a full coat of epoxy on base plate. Well, no, I mean, I could have just put blacking on it, it's just that I had epoxy. And to be honest with you, price difference between epoxy and blacking, I think you can pick blacking up 5 litres for about 50 quid. It's only like 60, 70 quid or so for epoxy. So anyway, so that's that. Base plate done now. All sides, just 1 coat on, which, you know, just made it black again. So that'll be right now. So it's an extra coat of epoxy. I mean, it did have plenty on. So I think I'll have to look into it, but it's probably going to be like 5 years or so until I start scraping it off, because it is a contact sport in it, apparently, narrowboating. So yeah, anyway, we're happy with that. I got the back, the seat, I got that done, sanded all back. and I didn't put epoxy in that because it has already got epoxy in it, so I just went over the top of it with black bed liner stuff that I've been using for the rest of the boat, you know, all this black. So I'm just doing some trims because tops at dinette just needs a trim on top and dark sides, both bits. So I've just done some of that and just taking the harsh edges off, just run routed across it. So I'm just going to oil that up, and then I've got the fan to fit on bow thruster because I got plenty of epoxy in tube, in bow thruster tube. So, but I put that in with like a Schultz gun and just blasted it in, because it is part of your hull. So you just need, you know, if you get an hole in that, plus it's 6mm thick, his tube. So, you know, it's one of them. You need to protect him, because I have seen them where they've rusted through. Then once that's rusted through, it's right at the bottom of your boat. You know what happens there. But anyway, so just going to put some usual Danish oil on this bit of trim here. Then while that's going, I'll get fan put on, blade, propeller, whatever you want to call it. Right, so I'll get that done anyway, and then I'll see if I can film, show you it going on. But if not, I'll show you it when it's on. So, it's all plastic, so I don't know. Must be alright for that job. Anyway, so I've got there's a round dowel drive pin that just goes through the shaft and then into the back at blade. So I'll just put a bit of grease on it like. Don't think you'll be seeing very much of this, but then again though I can't, so right, that's that bit in. Right, so I'm just putting covers back on. Just got some stainless steel, they're only 6mm. Right, that's them back on. Just I'll go round and do the other side, and then I've got anodes to bolt on, which I've got to drill, measure them and drill them, so I just need to have a look. I think the 10mm thread, so I'll have a look. Anyway, I'll get them done, and then I'll get them, see if I can find some nuts for them. Thank you. I did get some, but I don't know where the hell they are. Right, be back in a minute. Right. You alright then? So we've got those anodes. They're just normal anodes that you would weld on. It's just that with it being epoxy coated, you don't want to be blasting through epoxy to weld anodes on, because basically that'll be just, then you'll have to try and get round it, and it just won't happen. You know, you'd end up burning epoxy off. So what they do is they stud weld them, and all you do is to change your anodes, slip them on. Some, I mean the studs are steel, but I've just got some stainless steel nuts, nylon nuts. And that's pretty much it, just tighten them up. And that's an anode fitted, so can't get much easier than that.
What do they do?
They stop galvanic. It's all down to electric. It stops it. These are sacrificial. These will melt rather than pulling steel off a boat with electric.
Yeah.
Mainly if you're hooked up in marina, that's when it can really happen. But
So they're not like bumpers.
no, they're not bumpers. Yeah, that's unless Fox is driving, there probably will be bumpers to be. But yeah, so that's it. So I mean, in theory, if you wanted to get wet and you needed to change them, you're going to be able to change them underwater. Well, when I say underwater, I mean they're like up to your waist in water. But yeah. I'll just make sure they're tight though. Right, so that's it, that's one done. Just got over 3 to put on now, which ain't going to take long, so I'll not bother filming that because it's just going to be a repeat of this, but yeah, that's it. Job done. Right, I'll get them done and I'll move on to something else. See you in a bit. Right, I'm just going to put I've trim that I showed you earlier, so that's just going to fit just on top, and then one just up backside here. So a lot better light once it's pulled in. So I'm just going to glue it and put a couple of brads in to hold it in place. Yeah, I know. Right. I'm just going to round that off once I've got them all on like. That'll do. Right, just get a sander out and sand that off, and I think that's about it. Put a bit of oil on. Yeah. Right, that's them trimmed up. I've just done top and sides on them both. I mean, this side's now pretty much finished. It's just that one, it's getting freezer. I've just to try and find one at right money. Well, because they all look pretty much similar. Them 12-volt fridge, them freezer boxes. The Total Cool and stuff. Some other mechs like, and they all look similar. Some of them all use same app and that. So I don't know. So I'm just going to sort that out and get one of them ordered. That's pretty much it. Need a table leg, cut table to size, and not dinettes, pretty much there. So yeah, anyway, we've got quite a lot done this weekend. Thanks for subscribing, as I've already said. And if you do subscribe and ring bell, you'll get notified when I put a new video on, like, if you're interested in it. It's just a way you'll not miss one. Right then, anyway, we'll see you next week. Thanks for watching. Bye.